Let's look at the outstanding challenges of NDP II, the things that remained unsolved in their period of the financial 2015-2016 to 2019-2020. The first one is a large proportion of households is still in the subsistence sector. 76% are still employed in the agriculture sector, whereby most of them still do subsistence farming. So a large proportion of households is still in the subsistence economy. Another challenge is insufficient creation of quality and gainful jobs in the economy, especially for the youth, with an estimated unemployment rate of 13.3%. About 78% of the population is aged 30 years and below. So there is a few jobs in the country, and the jobs that are available are not of good quality and are not gainful to the economy. Yes, so which is also another challenge. And another one is, whereas the cost of electricity has reduced, it remains higher than the targeted 5% per unit. So they wanted to reduce the cost of electricity in the country, though it has still remained high. Yeah. Then another challenge is widening income inequality, particularly between the regions. So as years pass by, regional inequality and income inequality just keep on increasing. Urban areas are more developing than the rural areas. Yeah. Another challenge is limited access to and high cost of capital. There is limited access of capital in the country, especially by banks. It's very hard for someone to get a loan from a bank if they don't have a collateral security. And if they do, the cost of capital, which is the interest, it is very high. Yeah. Another challenge is weakness in the systems and gap in law that do not foster efficiency in public service. There is little efficiency in public service whereby government workers do as they please. Another challenge is prevalence of corruption. There is still corruption in the country, both in the public sector and in the private sector. Yeah. Then another challenge is severe reduction in forest cover as well as wetland degradation and encroachment, leading to increased vulnerability to climate change. Very many forests are being destroyed and very many wetlands are being used for other things, for infrastructure development and all that. Yeah, which increases the vulnerability of the country to climate change. We can easily be affected by climate change. Another challenge is low revenues of GDP, low revenues to GDP to finance infrastructure and social services. Little money is contributed or it is allocated to infrastructure and social services development, which has affected growth of the country. Another challenge is swindling district level revenues insufficient to fund local service delivery. That district money, it is corrupted. It does not do what it's supposed to do or what it is intended to do. It just gets lost just like that, and sometimes the money that is given is insufficient to do everything that is supposed to be done. There is also a challenge of uncoordinated approaches to implementation planning. Like government people or government workers are not coordinated. They do not work together to work on one thing at a time and finish it. So there is uncoordinated approaches to implementation planning. There is also a challenge of poor program and project implementation, often leading to interest rate payments incurred on borrowed funds before program and project execution. So there is poor programming when it comes to government projects, and poor implementation because of a lot of corruption and weak supervision. Another challenge is the quality of education remains low, characterized by low levels of literacy and numeracy coupled with coupled with high rate of school dropout. They have tried to improve the education system, but still the quality of education that we have in the country has still remained low. And the dropout rate is high, especially by girl children. And the last challenge is inadequate functionality of healthy facilities and raising cases of non-communicable diseases. Yeah, they try to improve the healthy sector, but still there is inadequate functionality of healthy facilities, especially in rural areas. If you get sick, you might go there in the morning and they work on you at night. Yeah, so there is inadequate functionality of healthy facilities. Those are some of the challenges of NDP II.